Picture your body as a well-worn spaceship trying to outrun time, dodging inflammatory asteroids, energy shortages, and structural breakdowns. You've made it through a few solar flares, like midlife stress and questionable cheese fries, but now, somewhere in orbit of your 60s or 70s, you need reinforcements. Enter the trio of omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D, and exercise, the anti-aging Avengers. Each one targets a different set of threats, but when combined, they form a cellular dream team that goes after the root causes of aging with strikingly complementary tactics. Let's start with inflammation, the slow, smoldering fire at the heart of aging, also called inflammaging. Chronic low-grade inflammation underlies everything from heart disease and diabetes to dementia and frailty. Omega-3s, particularly EPA and DHA, are inflammation's diplomatic assassins. They slide into cell membranes and get converted into resolvins and protectins, specialized molecules that don't just reduce inflammation, they actively resolve it. Omega-3s help calm the immune system without shutting it down, which is especially helpful for older adults whose immune cells often behave like cranky, overcaffeinated interns, overreactive and inefficient. Vitamin D steps in as inflammation systems analyst. It helps modulate the expression of genes involved in immune signaling and keeps the immune system from going full berserker. Low vitamin D status has been associated with higher levels of C-reactive protein, a key inflammation marker, more autoimmune issues, and increased susceptibility to infections. Think of vitamin D as the software patch that updates your immune system's judgment so it stops throwing tantrums and starts making wiser decisions. Exercise, meanwhile, doesn't just reduce inflammation, it reprograms it. Regular movement leads to a long-term reduction in pro-inflammatory cytokines, but it also induces a short, beneficial spike in inflammation post-workout that teaches the body how to respond more efficiently. It's like giving your immune system regular fire drills, so it doesn't freak out during a real emergency. Next up, mitochondria, the energy factories that become less efficient as we age, producing more free radicals and less usable energy. This mitochondrial decline leaves you feeling tired, weak, and prone to age-related diseases. Exercise is the clear frontrunner here. It stimulates mitochondrial biogenesis, increasing both the number and efficiency of mitochondria, especially in skeletal muscle. It's one of the few interventions that actually adds new engines to your cellular spaceship. Omega-3s join in by stabilizing mitochondrial membranes and reducing oxidative damage inside these energy hubs. They help mitochondria run cooler and cleaner, making sure your energy output doesn't come with a side of excessive wear and tear. And vitamin D? While it's less flashy here, it does contribute to mitochondrial health by modulating calcium flow within cells and reducing mitochondrial stress during inflammation. Now, let's talk DNA repair, because if inflammation and mitochondrial dysfunction don't get you, genomic instability eventually will. Aging cells accumulate mutations and epigenetic drift, leading to higher risks of cancer, cellular senescence, and dysfunction. Omega-3s play the role of a repair-friendly contractor. They improve the activity of enzymes that detect and fix DNA damage and reduce oxidative stress that would otherwise cause those breaks in the first place. They also influence gene expression in a way that favors longevity and suppresses tumor growth. Vitamin D enters the DNA story by activating p53, the famed guardian of the genome, and enhancing cell cycle regulation and repair mechanisms. It essentially makes sure your cells don't divide while their blueprints are scrambled. And exercise? That's your genomic janitor in action. Physical activity is associated with beneficial shifts in DNA methylation patterns, often slowing the progression of biological age as measured by epigenetic clocks. It's not just about fixing DNA damage. It's about shaping which genes get turned on or off in response to lifestyle. Lastly, let's lift the hood on muscle mass, perhaps the most obvious and visible domain where this trio excels. As we age, we naturally lose muscle sarcopenia, but it's not inevitable, and it's reversible to a degree. Exercise, particularly resistance and weight-bearing movement, is the king here. It stimulates muscle protein synthesis, improves neuromuscular coordination, and preserves mobility and independence. Omega-3s provide powerful support in this area by enhancing the muscle's anabolic response to resistance training. Studies have shown that supplementation with omega-3s boosts muscle protein synthesis in older adults, even without a huge increase in protein intake. They also improve blood flow to muscles, helping with oxygen and nutrient delivery. And vitamin D? It's a quiet powerhouse when it comes to muscle maintenance. It influences calcium balance, supports neuromuscular signaling, and is crucial for preventing falls and fractures by improving balance and muscle strength. The beauty of this triple threat strategy is that each intervention works through different mechanisms but converges on the same goal: preserving function and extending health span. Omega-3 reduces inflammation, protects DNA, and improves muscle sensitivity to anabolic signals. Vitamin D enhances immune regulation, supports mitochondrial and genomic integrity, and promotes muscular control. Exercise acts on all fronts, shaking up the immune system, building new mitochondria, triggering DNA reprogramming, and directly combating frailty. So no, you can't put aging on pause, but you can jam the gears, slow the motor, and make the ride a whole lot smoother. It's not about chasing immortality. It's about reaching your 80s or 90s with your mind intact, your knees working, and your sense of humor uncrushed. Omega-3, vitamin D, and exercise aren't miracle cures, but together they form a strategic alliance that targets aging from multiple angles, and honestly, they're a lot more fun than trying to live forever on kale alone.